Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to get stock data from metatrader5. Obviously you could get your stock data from Yahoo Finance or any other API you would like, but in some countries or in some situations you would like to use metatrader5. If you can open your symbol chart in MT5, it's good to know its module and its codes, how to import it in Python. So hope you enjoy it. So at the beginning we just need to import all the data and libraries we're going to work with from datetime. Import datetime, and then from datetime import date, import metatrader5 as MT5. It's just easier to call it that. From TQDM import TQDM, because sometimes it takes some time for you to get the data from MT5. TQDM helps you to know how much is left, how much time is spent on getting data from MT5. And then we need pandas as PD for data handling, and then we need import pytz for working with time zones in metatrader5. We need to initialize metatrader5 in order to use it in Python. And then we need to set the time zone as etc UTC. And then we give today date to use in the function, and then we've got UTC from is a variable, datetime variable, date year, date month, and date day. And then we need to give the time zone info that we just set it earlier as a variable. And then you need to set the required time frame which you need. You could choose from whatever option you like from here, but for me just daily is okay. And you will specify how many days or candle bars you would need from the stock data. For me, 400 candle is just fine. And then I define a function called getData, which requires symbol n, which is number of candles you need, and then time frame, which is equal to tf, that specified as daily. And then you could just write down what this function is about. What are the inputs? What kind of data is the output? And what procedure does the function. It's just good because when you're writing the code, as you're writing it down, you just remember what you're doing, but after a while when you come back, you might not remember what you've done. This description just helps you to get better to the starting point and then go the rest of the way. I'm going to define a race variable from metatrader5 methods, which is the core concept of this video and this code. Is copy rates from, and it takes in a symbol, a time frame, and date from, which I just set it to UTC from, so I should change it, and then count the number of candles I'm looking for. Yeah, that's it. After that, I'm going to just transfer it into a data frame so I can do a lot of other things that is necessary. So I use pd.dataframe for rates in order to make it a data frame. And it's got a time column, which I'm working with right now. I just want to turn it into daytime so my work would be easier. So we're given the time column of the data frame, and what we're looking for is that unit equals s as second. Now I'm going to make this column the index of the data frame. So I use the setIndex method. Fortunately, it's just like human language. You could search whatever comes to your mind, and Stack Overflow and any other website can just really help you. Set indexes, time, and there are some columns that I do not need to have on my data frame. So I'm just gonna drop them, but you could keep them if you need them. Tick volume, real volume, and the last one is spread. Yeah, that's it. And after that, we're gonna return the rates frame. If you want to call a bunch of asset data from metatrader5, you would need to have a list to make it much more easier, and then we're gonna write a for loop that it loops in that for loop, and then we get every asset data from the metatrader5, and it's gonna be much more easier instead of calling the whole function 12 times, 10 times for 10 different symbols. So for me, I'm gonna use two symbols. The data are not available in Yahoo Finance. And then I'm gonna write down a function If you want to know how much time is left and how much time is spent, use TQDM assets. It works well and it's nice. We use the try function. Unless it doesn't work, we pass in the accept function. Rates frame equals, which is called the function we specified earlier, and it takes in symbol days that we set to 400. You could change it into whatever number is suitable for you. Time frame equals to TF. This is just a simple for loop. You can put it into a function and make the code much cleaner. Yeah. So rates frame is that I don't want to have any not available data, so I use drop in A, and then I'm going to a dictionary, data dictionary, to store data that I collect from the metatrader5. For element in assets. Now that's it. And then I'm going to append this data for each symbol using the append method. What I've done is that I've created a rates frame by calling this function that we just defined earlier. I just delete this description. You could use it whenever you want. And then we just call the function with a symbol days that we set it to 400, and the time frame that it's daily, and then we do not want not available data, and then we append this to the dictionary that is called dictionary, which is for storing this data into the dictionary. And when we use try function, we should use except to. In this case, I'm just gonna pass. I hope this has been, should be date. And then this one, day 2. So let's run it and see what happens. And just when you initialize metatrader5, the metatrader window opens so that you can use the data inside. Then this is the function, and these are my assets, and I've got a dictionary. I call this, and if you're in Spider, you could say that TQDM works, and you can see the 100% it's done. And this is my dictionary consisting of 2 data frames, so you can see the prices and the date time, and you can have thousands of symbols here, just easily getting data from MetaTrader 5. I hope this has been useful for you.